If you're thinking about training for your first 5K running race, that is awesome. Number one, I totally believe in you. You can absolutely do it. Number two, you're probably considering a Couch to 5K training plan for this. Now this is great because Couch to 5K training plans will certainly help you get ready for your first 5K running race. However, 5K training plans have always had a downside that resulted in runners actually not performing to their best on race day or in future races. Well, for this year, we are going to undo that and give you a training plan that you can use that overcomes a lot of the shortcomings of Couch to 5K while getting you ready just as reliably as all of those historical Couch to 5K training plans. What's up, motivators? My name is Taryn. When ordinary people want to accomplish something extraordinary in endurance sports, they choose our totally free Motiv training plans. You're ready to take on that next big challenge? Let's do it. This is an example Couch to 5K training plan that would be really common. Lasts anywhere between about 6 and 8 weeks long, and just about every Couch to 5K training plan has this breakdown of 3, maybe 4 runs per week, specific rest days per week, and they start out with run-walk intervals of maybe 1 minute of running, 1 minute of walking, 2 minutes of running, 4 minutes of walking, and then just gradually as the weeks go on, the running periods get longer and then the walk periods get shorter. It builds you up to the point at which you are running a lot more than you are walking, and at the very end of these training plans, you are going to be able to do a 5K race because you really aren't needing that much rest because you've built yourself up to do it. There are a few significant downsides to this, however. First thing is that it's boring. You can look at every single workout and it's basically just the same workout with a slightly different version, run after run after run, going between running and walking. This tends to not be very motivating for people, so a lot of people drop off because they just figure, hey, running's boring, why am I doing this? The second thing, and this is really significant in limiting your performance on race day and in future races, is it tends to build a very single speed shuffling kind of runner. Now, this run period, that run period, every single run period in these Couch to 5K workouts does the exact same thing, just tells you to go out and run. And what happens is most people do all of the running at the exact same speed. And this is not good training. You need to vary your speed for your body to constantly adapt and make improvements, which then leads to the next issue. The next issue is that this does nothing to promote good running technique. Now, because you are just going to run the exact same speed the entire time and you're building up fairly quickly, people are going to tend to gravitate towards a very slow, plodding, shuffling, kind of heel striking running stride. And this is developing a lot of problems for runners in the long term because you aren't actually running efficiently. You also are running in a way that is very likely to add injuries because you're adding a lot of impact and imbalances in your running. And then finally, it's not personalized. What if you are just starting, but you are actually a very quality athlete and you can run for 3 minutes at a time? Well, you're going to start off quite a bit slower than you are actually capable of doing. Or what if you're just getting started, which is completely fine, and you can only run for 15 seconds at a time? This training plan and all of the 5K training plans do nothing to account for all of our individual differences. What I've created here that's free for all of you to use is a Motiv training plan that is a Couch to 5K preparation training plan that will take 8 weeks and it'll overcome all of those shortcomings of typical Couch to 5K training plans. So let's dive into it. I'm going to reveal the entire training plan for you here, cell by cell, week by week, workout by workout, and give you all the full details. But just so you know, you don't have to write this down. You don't have to go and download something. All you need to do is just take a screenshot of this. You can do that for free and use this entire training plan for your training to get you ready for your first 5K. Let's start out with the Monday walk run, and I'll reveal all of the workouts as we go. What we're going to start with is a 30-minute total workout here. And where we are going to start deviating from traditional Couch to 5K training plans is right in this very first workout. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that this workout should be 30 minutes total in length, I want the rest period to be 2 minutes. So start out the workout with 2 minutes of walking. And then where we're going to deviate from traditional Couch to 5K training plans is the run is whatever you can do. So if you can run for 15 seconds, then run for 15 seconds. If you can run for 3 minutes already, run for 3 minutes. And this is where we're going to start personalizing this training plan for you. Because what we are going to do for the rest of the 8 weeks is this. We are going to gradually take away 15 seconds per rest interval. So we're starting out resting and walking for 2 minutes. Then you're going to walk for only a minute 45, then a minute 30, then a minute 15, a minute, 45 seconds, 30 seconds, and 15 seconds. But every week you are going to add on 15 seconds to how much you were able to run in the previous week. So if you start in week 1 running for 15 seconds, then in week 2, run for 30 seconds. In week 3, run for 45 seconds. Conversely, if you are already able to run 3 minutes, well, run for 3 minutes 15 seconds. And then week 3, 3 minutes 30 seconds. And then week 4, 3 minutes 45 seconds. I'll show you over here with something that I created just to show you an example of how this becomes personalized is, let's say you can only run 15 seconds at a time at the start. Well, you're going to get a much more significant work to rest ratio. You're going to get a lot more rest based on how much you can run. However, it's still going to build you up over 8 weeks to the point at which you are running 2 minutes continuously with 15 seconds rest. Very doable over the course of 8 weeks. Now, what if you are that person who can already run for 3 minutes? Well, that's great. It's still going to build you up gradually. It's going to build you up to a nice run to rest ratio. The ratio is just going to be skewed so that you do a little bit more running than the people who aren't able to run quite so much, but it's still going to build you up to that point at which you don't need a lot of rest. Coming back to this, getting into the second shortcoming of Couch to 5K training plans where it does nothing to actually train you how to run with good technique, what I want you to do at the start of every single run interval here is I want you to start with a running drill that teaches good technique. Instead of landing out front of your body and putting on the brakes, I want you to land basically directly underneath your body. So what I want you to do at the start of every run interval in this workout is start by jumping in place up and down. What's going to happen is your body is going to naturally land directly under your center of gravity. Then start doing some butt kicks, so you're simulating a running stride, then start leaning forward from the ankles and run for as long as you intend on running during that run interval. By doing this, you are going to start ingraining into your brain and your body what it feels like to run with good form, because those first few steps are naturally going to have you landing under your center of gravity, building that excellent run technique. So we're already overcoming 2 of the major issues that Couch to 5K run training plans have. Let's get into Tuesday, and we're going to reveal a rest day. So actually, I can share that all of Tuesday, all of Thursday, all of Sunday, just like a lot of the Couch to 5K training plans out there, are all going to be our rest days. Getting into Wednesday here and revealing what we're doing here, this is completely different from Couch to 5K training plans, where almost all Couch to 5K training plans just have you developing into a single speed runner and shuffling along and just air quotes running. We want you to learn how to run well and run fast and recruit all your different running muscle groups. So what we're going to do on Wednesday are sprints. And you might think, well, hey, I'm just a beginner runner. Should I really be doing sprints? Yeah. So what this workout is it's going to be 30 minutes in total. It's going to be a 10-second sprint followed by 4 minutes of just walking or easily jogging around, doing a complete recovery. The entire focus is this sprint. And the reason for that is all of us adult athletes, when we're learning to run as adults, well, we don't actually move that fast day to day. We kind of just walk around, we plod around, and our body loses all of the activation of our fast twitch muscle fibers. So unless we turn that on, we are always going to be a slow, shuffling kind of runner. These sprints are going to waken up all of those fast twitch muscle fibers, teach our body how to go fast, and recruit a bunch of new running muscle groups so that we can activate more of those muscle groups, helping not just these sprint workouts, but all of the other running that we do. How this is going to progress over the course of the 8 weeks, I'll reveal here. And what we're going to do is we are going to keep that at 30 minutes total. It's going to be 10 seconds of sprinting in week 2, and then 3.5 minutes of walking around and fully recovering. So we're taking off 30 seconds of that recovery time, allowing us to do an additional sprint, maybe 2. And then we're still going to keep with 10 seconds of sprinting in week 3, but it's going to be 3 minutes of walking and jogging. In week 4, it's going to be still 10 seconds of sprinting, 2.5 minutes of walking and jogging. So we're adding in intervals the entire way. We're adding load. We're adding a training plan so that our body is actually adapting and getting faster as we go. In week 5, still a 10-second sprint, but 2 minutes of full recovery. Week 6, 15 seconds of sprinting, 2 minutes of full recovery. Week 7, 15 seconds of sprinting, 1 minute and 45 seconds of recovery, and then at the end, 15 seconds of sprinting, 1.5 minutes of total recovery. So what's happening here in Monday is we're building up the ability to run steadily with fewer and fewer run breaks. We're also developing excellent run technique here. On Wednesday, we are teaching our body how to run actually very well, recruit a bunch of muscle fibers, move very quickly. In doing so, that is also going to improve our run technique. So we're not just learning how to shuffle along, we're learning how to run well with this training plan. Friday, which I'm going to reveal here, is actually going to be a small strength day. It's not going to require a gym. We're going to do this with only body weight exercises. But remember how I said that most of us as adults who haven't run our entire lives, we have some limitations with our muscle groups because they haven't been trained for this. And to not actually dedicate time in a strength session every single week, which is what most Couch to 5K training plans do, is really doing us a disservice. Because us adults, we have body limitations. We have tight chests, our backs don't activate and move quite as easily, our hips and our core are a little bit sloppy, leading to energy leakage with every single foot strike that we do. We're going to start you off with this very short strength workout to open up the body and strengthen and stabilize it. What we're going to do in this workout, which should take only about 15 or 20 minutes at most, is we're going to focus on activating the lower half, but doing it in a way that opens up the hips and the core area to get rid of some of those limitations caused by day-to-day life where we tend to sit a lot. So we're going to start off with body weight squats, lunges, and a 20-second plank to create stability. Revealing the next week, we're going to, instead of body weight squats, we'll do jump squats. So we are simulating jumping like we do from every single running stride to the other. Then we're going to have 10 lunges and a 30-second plank to build it up. We'll build that up to 10 jumping lunges. This is fairly intense, so we're going to just focus on jumping lunges where we're jumping from one leg and one lunge position to the other leg, and then a 30-second plank on our left side, 30-second plank on our right, getting all of our stabilizer side muscles nice and strong. And then I'll reveal everything, and you'll see that it just progresses into slightly more complex, slightly more stabilization required workouts where we're building up from Cossack squats where we're squatting from side to side, scorpions to really open up that T-spine rotation that we need to rotate as we're running, all the way into some Turkish get-ups, some single leg deadlifts, some planks on all sides where we're planking on our right side, planking on our front, planking on our left side, and then doing a bridge in behind. It's just working our way towards opening ourselves up and creating nice stability that is going to transfer really well into our run technique. Finally, let's get into Saturday, and this is what I've termed as a hike day. What we're looking at doing here on the Saturday workout is kind of similar to a long run. A long run is long, steady, it's going to build endurance. These are very sub-maximal runs that runners typically do. This is our easy long run day. Well, because you're just learning to run, we're not going to tell you to go out and run continuously, but what I want you to do is get in the habit of being on your feet at a higher heart rate than you're used to continuously. So what I want you to do is on this first week have 25 minutes of total work where you can do this on a trail, you can do this actually on roads if you can't get to a trail, but just be out there working pretty vigorously, walking, getting that heart rate really high so that you're breathing heavily. And then at the very end of this hike or hike walk, whatever you want to call it, I want you to jog for as long as you can. But I want it to be a super easy, shuffly, basically like as slow as you can possibly make it and still call it running, continuous jog. I'm expecting for most people this is going to be somewhere in the range of 2 to 4 minutes. Stretch it out as long as you possibly can. And then what we're going to do in week 2 is we're going to make this total time 2.5 minutes longer, so 27.5 minutes. So you're on your feet, you're working a little bit harder for 2.5 minutes more. And then I want you to do that shuffle period at the very end of the workout for 2 minutes more. So if you started at the very end of this workout by continuously jogging for 2 minutes, in week 2, I want it to be 4 minutes. If you started with just 1 minute, I want it to be 3 minutes. And we're going to progress that exact same way throughout all 8 weeks, where we start with 25 total minutes, build our way up to 45 total minutes, which is going to be much longer than most of you will need for a 5K. So we're getting used to working for a longer period of time than a 5K will even take. So all of a sudden, the duration of a 5K mentally is not going to be much of an issue for us. This is also going to build that nice endurance, that low-level, long-lasting endurance where we're burning a lot of fat, we're building a lot of mitochondria and energy producers in our muscles. That all happens at a very low intensity, which is why instead of just making this another run-walk like most Couch to 5K training programs do, we've specifically made this less intense than this typical walk-run on Monday. So if you haven't done it already, take a screenshot of this with your phone and save it to your phone. You can print it off, you can do whatever you want for it. Consider this completely free of any copyright issues. Take this for free. I just want you to get out and do that first 5K race. Now, if you want a more personalized training plan than this, or if you do this and you want to step up to the next big endurance adventure that you want to go on, maybe a 10K, maybe a half marathon, maybe a full marathon, you can get a free personalized training plan from us from the Motiv training app. All you need to do is go to mymotiv.com, go through the sign up process, and all you have to do is enter the race dates that you have, the goals that you have for those races and your current capabilities, and we will generate a completely free personalized training plan for you. There's a link in the description below to it. Thank you for watching, Motivators. You are ready to take on that next big endurance adventure. Later.